Michael, two new deals done since we last spoke to you. A few words on Alex Adai and Chris Clements, please.
Well, we obviously think they're good players, different players. Alex has had a good year, had a different year, a good learning year as regards to, obviously he found it difficult at the start, but he's shown a willingness to work hard, shown a willingness to learn, came on and affected it quite often as a sub and then got himself in the team. So we're hoping that he's a good age. Where he's come from, it's been a big jump, so we're hoping he can improve again next year. Clem is Clem. The way we want to play, he will help the way we want to play. Very good footballer, good footballing brain, and it can see a pass and dictates when he's on it. He is the heartbeat of what we do. So again, another one we're pleased to get over the line.
And you've got 12 under contract for next season. Only 9 out of contract at this stage. Are they good numbers for this stage of looking ahead to next season?
Well, it means we can put a team out next year. We want to get as many done as we can. Like I'm just repeating myself, really, that until we know what's signing, we don't know what we're looking for. So we've got an ideal number of what we want to work with. We've got ideal positions that we'd like to work with. It's all if buts and maybes. If the players don't sign the deals, then we'll move on and look for something else. So there's still conversations going on with different people. So until they're resolved, moving forward, we don't know where we're at. Obviously, we want a couple more than 12 going into pre-season, but I don't want 20 pre-season because there's still players available. But you don't want to be going into it. When I first signed for Burnley, we had 8 players, which wasn't ideal. So it's getting the balance, really.
Are you close on any of the others who may or may not have been offered?
The conversations, you're never close until it's signed. Because you can agree it verbally and then someone could come in when they're driving into the training ground and offer a new deal somewhere else. So until, it's not me trying to pacify you, it's genuine. There are conversations going ahead with the club and the representatives or me and the player, and when they sign the deals, you'll be the first to know, like this week.
The last home game obviously ended with a win. How important is it that you end the season positively at Stevenage?
We'd like to. It's not the be-all and end-all because of the situation we found ourselves in, but we want to win every game. Our last away performance was a disappointing one. It's not a bad game to be involved in because obviously Stevenage has still got a squeak of the playoffs. So if we turn up and just think, we'll just go through the motions, we'll get beat again, as we did at Morecambe. So we're looking for a reaction from that. And the players, you don't want to finish the season with a bit of a that was a bit of a meh sort of day. You don't want that. Like I said, a good game to be involved in. It isn't a mid-table, just a stalemate sort of thing, because there is something for them to play off, which generally means that you get something out of the other team as well because of the competitiveness of the animals, really.
And their last 5 games, they've been flying. I think, 4 wins and 1 draw, so in a really good run.
Yeah, Dino's got them playing well. It's going away to Mansfield winning, going away to Port Vale and sticking 4 on them. They've changed their shape since we last played, as have we. And the thing I'm looking for, obviously, we've talked a lot about the almost of the watershed moment of Stevenage at home. So if we can win on Saturday, that'll be 50 points from 30 games since that game. So that'll be the target for our players. They've got good energy, good pace in the team. They've brought the lad in Chair, who's been really, really successful for them playing off Guthrie. So it'll be a difficult day, make no mistake.
But you talk about those 50 points from 30 games. I mean, that's sort of playoff form. It shows the potential that is there with the club, doesn't it?
It shows the work that the players have put in. To go from 10 points to 16 to potentially, 47 from 29, let's call it that, because that's a fact. It goes to show that the players were probably underperforming, but it also shows that they've almost been overachieving since then because of the work that they've put in, so they deserve all the credit.
You talk about the work. How important has actually them being fitter been as a part of that to enable them to deliver those results?
I think it helps when you can run around. Something Stevenage have got is good energy in the team, and I think you need to have it. You need to have any good team has legs in the team. And you don't want athletes as regards to, you don't want Mo Farah playing in your team because you've got to be able to handle the football as well. But it's a good start point of fitness. It gives you a framework, it gives you an organisation, and when you do lose the ball you can get back into your shape quickly, and when you do have the ball you can come out of your shape quickly. So it's always, that's why you have a pre-season. It's the most fundamental thing in football.
You've got a couple of players back into the club, back inside, I suppose, the training ground, having been on loan. Would they be in your thoughts for Saturday in terms of sort of make sure you get a look at them in the way that you did with Matt Barr and George Lloyd?
Probably not. The group that we've been working with has been very good, so like I said, we'll be working with that group.
Injuries, everyone okay? Who you've been working with of late?
Yeah, I think everyone's fit as far as I know. Just had Gavin the meeting there and nothing new to report.
Thank you, good luck.
Cheers.
Michael, I spoke to you after you'd only been here about 2 months, and you spoke about enjoying the challenge. Going into your last game of the season now, how have you enjoyed your time so far with the club?
No, I've enjoyed it. It's been new. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, probably as much as anything in those first 10 or 11 games. Because it's all right having ideas in your head of how you want to see, but you've got to change, you've got to move, you've got to evolve. And it has been a challenge. But the one thing I keep going back to the whole time, good, bad or indifferent, the players have been magnificent as regards to staying together. And we've had no splinter cells, we've had no starting to look at everyone else going, well, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault. They've all looked in the mirror, realised that I think deep down players know whether they're fit or not. I think deep down they know whether they were underachieving or not, and they did, and they were honest with themselves. So we had a few blunt conversations, which was two-way as well. So I've enjoyed it. So going into this game, I'm hoping it's nice to be able to go into it, and don't take it as the wrong, relaxed as regards to we don't have to win to stay in the Football League. Because if you don't offer me that at one point, I'd have taken it, because it looked like we would cut adrift at one point. So. But that means I still want to win the game. It's not in my makeup really. Like if you ask my kids if I let people win, they don't win. I always you might let them get to 9-all and then beat them. But when they do start beating me, whatever we do, they'll know that it's because they'll have beat me fair and square.
And going into Saturday's game, obviously you mentioned how good the group of players have been and stuff like that. Are there any chances for, say, obviously Scott Flinder's been brilliant, but say like Reece Lovett, who's been amongst that group, perhaps hasn't got the game time? Is there any chance?
Well, that's something we need to discuss as a staff, whether what we think's right. We need to be fair to the league as regards to, like I said, they've still got a squeak at the playoffs, so it's not a case of we'll just go and play the kids, because that's not fair on other teams. So we'll pick a team, as we did at Morecambe, by the way, that we think can go and win the game. So that's the key, is going to win the game.
And obviously, last game of the season. Ahead of that, you're going to have your first full summer and pre-season with the club. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to a break before I'm thinking about pre-season. I think hopefully if we can get a good pre-season in, as regards to recruitment, getting your organisation, that's normally when you do pre-season, happens in pre-season. Can you get the framework of the team sorted, and can you get them fit, and can you get them fresh? So you don't want them fit but fatigued, so they go into the season knackered. So that's the balance. So it's all been planned out, but football isn't scientific. It's not a plan. You'll get injuries. People will come up that we thought, we might not be able to get him. So we'll wait and see. But first of all, I'm looking forward to a break. Well, get Saturday out of the way first. Then we're looking forward to a break, and then it starts again. It's the world of football. It doesn't really ever stop, to be honest.